Good evening, freaks and geeks, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Maybe not all ages. We're kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, very inappropriate.
But it's that time of week again.
Yes, where we venture into the dark and creepy.
Ooh.
On tonight's episode of
Saturday Night's Nightmare.
Oh. And as usual, Cat, get away from the goddamn thing. And as usual, with the howling of the wolf, we are starting the weekend right. And right indeed when it comes to more demonic shit.
Yes. Tonight, we watch a classic.
The classic of all classics.
Probably one of the movies that just paved the way for demonic movies.
And one of the most controversial movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
To this day.
The only horror movie to ever be nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, that's that. Think about that shit, people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Tonight's episode, we are going to be watching The Exorcist.
Yes, the director's cut, the anniversary edition.
Correct, which means a whole bunch of unrated bullshit that we are going to have so much fun.
Yay!
That was not planned, as you just saw. We're just excited.
Yes. So, this one has a little personal touch in my heart. It's one of the movies I first watched with my grandmama when I was little. You know, in addition to the Friday the 13th movies and such. But
some family, right?
Hey, you saw the post on the Instagram.
Yeah.
But anyway, without further ado, shall we sell our souls to the devil?
Maybe. While we watch The Exorcist.
Hold on to your pea soup, boys and girls.
Not that kid's feet, I can tell you that. That kid's feet is big. I know who this is. Pazuzu. Fun fact.
Pazuzu is basically the king of demons in Babylonian folklore. Pazuzu.
He's over there.
Pazuzu. Pazuzu.
God damn, Pazuzu is packing. I'll beat a little kid's ass if he's stepping on my damn
I think
car.
it's an abandoned car.
That look like a pretty decent shaped car, except for the windows.
I'm alright. How about you, Timmy? You alright?
Damn. Damn.
Where'd this come from?
Oh.
Where? Closet.
A Ouija board, not an Ouija board.
Captain Howdy said no. Captain who? Captain Howdy.
AKA Pazuzu.
You know, I make the questions and he does the answers.
Guess she wasn't lying about the bed, huh?
Look at that part.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh! Oh, that one gets me every time.
God damn!
Oh, yeah. Ooh!
Oh.
What is it?
So that reaction's real?
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, God, forever and ever.
Amen.
Lord, hear my prayer.
Oh.
Father Carlos. Father Carlos. Our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives
Here
and
it is.
reigns
Here it
with the
is.
Father and
Here
the
it
Holy
is.
Spirit.
Oh.
Holy shit.
God, defender of the human
Azuzu.
Oh, I missed one. So, how did you like it? I mean, I know you've seen it before,
Yes,
but
this I haven't seen the director's cut and basically the unrated
rated version.
And there's a lot of different things in this that, even minor things that are not in the theatrical.
They also added certain things for the anniversary. I think this is the 25th anniversary edition.
Mm.
Like certain things that at the time of the release they couldn't quite figure out how to do because of the technology.
Yeah, so
like,
they put extra effects in.
Like when you see Pazuzu's
Yeah.
face kind of go over hers real fast, or it was on the range hood in the kitchen quick. Those are all little things that they added.
Right.
But yeah, pretty fun.
I did. Well, I mean, I can never say I never enjoy The Exorcist because it is like the classic of all classics.
Like, how can you not enjoy this movie?
I mean, this movie, it had when you hear about the documentary and how this thing was made, you give those guys so much props on
so much cool stuff. Like just to think about what they did manually, you know.
Yeah, it's just so baffling, like how some of the things they can come up with.
But you know what's really funny? So things like that, like the bed being all on like bars that, you know, these guys were literally just, you know, using arm strength to move that bed around and fly her all over the place. And the scene just before she fucks herself with a crucifix, and her mom her mom goes in, and there's like records flying and toys flying. There's literally, I think they modified, I think it was like a tennis ball thrower to just kind of shoot shit all over the room.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry, Peter. So yeah, I mean, things like that, and really the way that they lifted her was really kind of new for the time. Just the way that they were able to lift her in such a perfect position. Now, of course, you and I were able to see that wire because, of course, with this, it's Blu-ray, it's been digitally remastered
so
and everything like
see
that.
Everything.
But in the theater, you wouldn't be able to see that.
And even seeing it, it's still cool.
Yeah, exactly, because it's so faint to begin with, and I could only see one cable.
And definitely, the cinematography of this movie is
phenomenal.
Out of this world. Just the
lighting.
Oh.
Like, I could do a whole friggin' paper about how they use the lighting to tell story in this.
Like, the whole room, her whole room scenes were just like the perfect lighting. especially when she was being raised up from when she rose from the bed. That was that, and of course the entrance of the father. When that.
Yeah, I mean
that just sends chills anyway. Because when he opened the door, you notice how he was just a silhouette until he came through the door.
The artwork, that particular poster and that cinematography, that was based on the artwork of a certain person, a Rene Magritte painting. Yeah.
I'll put that up here.
Yeah, apparently it is a apparently that style of painting was what they used to get that particular shot with the silhouette and the lighting and everything with Father Merrin's arrival.
Yeah. And again, and of course, the acting was pretty decent, especially for the fact of some things being very surprising for some actors.
Yeah.
You know, and I do. Well, this is more of just a technical thing. How the sound, how the sound kind of pitches high, and but that's very minor. It's not. I don't see that as a con. It's it's just an old movie, and I understand.
The pitches, though, were also used purposely. Those, if you think about it, those high pitched moments that jar you come at specific moments where you're going to end up being jarred.
Oh, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about like
the differences between dialogue and
and then
like
how the
music.
background noises are so like insanely loud where you can't hear. Well, like for instance,
when they were in Iraq.
A little bit, yeah. But one part which I did notice, it was purposely.
Yeah.
With the factor of the father, the psychiatrist's father speaking to another one, and the mother is looking into it, and then you hear the train kind of comes out of nowhere or something like that, or like it's
when he's in the subway.
Yeah. No. When she was walking from the set, the mother was walking from the set.
Oh, his dream sequence. Karras's mother or Reagan's mother?
Reagan's mother.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because they're doing that in the scene.
The dream sequence, I get. It was supposed to be that way, and I understand that scene.
I think a lot of them were actually on purpose.
Yeah. If the whole thing was on purpose, that's great. I mean, that gives the movie more of a.
Because I think in Iraq, it's sort of meant to show in that moment the smallness of him, but also the busyness of Merrin's head. Mm-hmm. Like he's going through this weird. I don't want to say like spiritual doubt, but like there's stuff going on there. As soon as he finds the Pazuzu statuette and the holy medal, he realizes something is up. And then he's like, I gotta go. Yep. I gotta go. Because if you notice, that's the first time you see him take a nitroglycerin tab. Mm-hmm. And if you are familiar at all with the way those are used, if I'm not mistaken, and any of our medical professionals that know medicinal history, please comment below, that if you start feeling like you could possibly be starting to have a heart attack, if you have a heart condition, mm-hmm. you pop one of those to settle everything down, mm-hmm. to stave it off.
Right.
So he only takes those when he's feeling like he's gonna go.
Right.
So
like he's feeling that stress towards his
right, right, and then you'll notice the next time we see him take one, he's in the bathroom during the exorcism.
It almost looks like it was like kind of not working though in a way because it looks like it was literally wearing down on him
during the exorcism.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the fact that Pazuzu was just so powerful, and his heart, like his spirit was strong,
right,
but his body was weak.
Physically he wasn't strong,
right,
but spiritually he was.
But
it was the complete opposite with the
right,
the younger father.
Right, whereas the spirit was weak, but the body was strong.
Yeah.
So.
What was your favorite scene?
Good God, I love that crab walk down the fucking stairs. It gives me chills every time I see it. And that was not in the 1970 something. I can't remember the year. 74?
72, I think.
One of those. That was not in the theatrical release. That was an edited scene that they put in the 25th anniversary theatrical release. I remember because I went to see it in the theater for the 25th anniversary when I was in college. Well, because I had only seen it on TV, right, or if I had rented it from the video store. I'm showing my age, kids. But so when I got to see it for the 25th anniversary on the big screen, I was in college, I think. Excuse me. Ooh, Pazuzu.
Oh my God.
Listen, they thought people sneezing was demons being released from their bodies. That's why they say, God bless you.
Fun fact.
True story.
Didn't know that, bro.
But anyway. So yeah, seeing it in the theater, and then every time, can you imagine seeing that on a large, that crab walk scene on a large screen with surround sound? Dude, I jumped out of my chair. Like, that one got me.
And it comes out of nowhere.
It does. You're like, la da 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 da. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And it never fails to give me goosebumps and chills.
My favorite scene has to be the head turn.
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
During the exorcism.
Because it goes slow and then it goes. I was like, and she got this. It's like, no, tone yourself back around.
One day, I will have a pair of those theatrical contacts that have that color, that greenish yellow color. I have only been able to find them on one website ages ago, and they were like $200. One day they will be mine.
But what will be our rating of this film?
I'm going to let you rate this one.
Are you going to let me?
Because...
I mean, okay, yeah, because you're the huge fan.
I've seen it so many times.
You're kind of the biased one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I would give it a 9.
Yeah?
I'll definitely give it a 9. Definitely.
Why the 9 rating?
The 9 rating I would give it because, like I said, if I were to give it anything, it's mostly just for me anyway, the technicality of the editing a bit.
The editing.
Some of the editing was kind of wonky a bit.
Oh, no, I didn't mean why didn't you give it a 10? I meant more of what touched you enough to give it a 9.
Because this movie's deep, man. It hits you in so many ways. It gives you the realistic notion of a mother in so much turmoil.
It's true.
To the point where she breaks down and literally goes into the deep end and says, we need an exorcist, which she completely thought was the most craziest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Until she saw the crazy shit happen.
Yep.
So, like, I mean, putting it in a real life situation, you know, taking, let's say we took the devil thing part of it, you know, parents like that who have kids who have mental conditions and stuff like that, you know, whether it's Tourette's or other things that cause it, it's tough on it's tough on parents like that, you know, especially single parents too. You know, they have to do things like that all by themselves, and they don't know who to call, who to trust, who to talk to, and stuff like that. So, you know, I do like the fact how it's relatable in a way, but it's also giving you that haunting feeling that the shit is real and people need to know about this shit. And I definitely appreciate the fact that it went all out. Like, this director, great job that his vision finally, the unrated version finally came out.
Oh yeah.
And millions of people were able to see it.
And I can't even imagine the amount of stuff. Like, we probably will never see the amount of stuff that that was on the cutting room floor.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because of it being too controversial.
Oh yeah.
Now going back to, sorry, I was looking up her name because I couldn't remember her name.
Go right ahead.
Going back to what you were saying with the mother's desperation, that role, that portrayal could so easily have gone from brilliantly realistically acted to being cheesy and over the top melodramatic. But Ellen Burstyn, I needed to look up her name because I didn't want to just be like the actress.
She's better than me.
She did such a beautiful job with it. Like, if you didn't know better, you would think she was actually Reagan's mom. Yeah. Like, that's the other thing about this movie, of like, you very much forget these people are actors.
Yeah, it's almost like you're watching a documentary, an actual real documentary of something happening.
You know, you look at, like, even
like Linda Blair, like I forget that she was an actress in this. Like,
this was her first real role.
She did an absolute great job, especially the voiceover for her demon side too.
Fun fact.
Another fun fact.
We almost didn't have Linda Blair in this movie. Her agents didn't. They sent the script to her agents, and they didn't think she was right for it, so they sent Friedkin like a bunch of like other actresses, and it wasn't until Linda Blair's mother got a hold of the script and read it, and she loved it. She's like, my daughter's doing this. But somebody else that was in the running for the role was the girl who played Violet Beauregard in not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the Gene Wilder version. Oh my God, brain fart.
Oh, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. She would have almost been our Reagan.
Yeah.
Well,
so the more you know on that one. But
and Linda Blair was actually nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for this film.
Any other fun facts before we get to the end?
No.
Okay. But I appreciate the fun fact.
Other than 10 Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
It's the only horror movie I think that's ever had a...
It's the only horror movie that ever,
that
like you said in the beginning, not even that many, that ever got anything.
It was even nominated for Best Picture. It didn't win.
It's a great, I mean, like I said, give it a 9. It's a great picture.
It's a piece of
art. You guys, if you ever see this in stores, pick it up.
Seriously.
I'm sure you can find it on many streaming services out there.
I ordered the Blu-ray from Amazon, but it is, I believe, on Shudder.
It's on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's already going on later as it is. So
it's my fave.
I know. But until then, guys, thank you guys for watching.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you guys enjoyed our little rendezvous with The Exorcist. Tune in next week for more creepy, scary stuff that we are going to react and review to.
Follow us on our new Instagram.
That is Saturday Night Nightmare.
And if you'd like to tell us about your favorite scenes in The Exorcist, comment down below.
Yes, and if you have a suggestion of more movies, classic, international, or modern, let us know on the comments down below. But until then, folks, we're going to keep it real.
And we're going to keep it spooky.
But next week, we're going to keep it real spooky. We'll see you guys next week.
Good night.
Peace.
Sweet dreams.
God damn it.
Pazuzu.